Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Megan. If you didn't know, now you know. And I can wear makeup again, so I did. It is New Year's. We have finished the holiday season. We're going to do a New Year's set. Make sure that you are subscribed. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming up this month and for the whole year, really. But we'll worry about that one season at a time. Today, let me show you what we've got. So our main colors that we're going to use today is Holo Smokeshow. This actually is my favorite polish from the 3rd anniversary collection and probably my favorite Holo polish of all. And then also we are going to use Nails Ink Liquid Lightning in the color When in Chrome. It's a gold. And then also we have some gold and some black rhinestones. And then lastly, we're going to use this stamping plate for these numbers because I don't feel confident in my skills to hand draw them. Alright, so firstly we will throw on a quick base coat. We're going to use the Orly Bonder this time. As you may be able to tell, my nails are a little bit shorter. I have given them a file because they were just getting too long for stability, and I've also changed this one. It's not white anymore. I put on a clear polygel, and let me tell you, clear is the hardest one to work with because you simply cannot see it. It took me about 3 tries to even get it on there. Okay, so let's start painting. As always, we start from the outside, work our way in, so we are less likely to stick our hand into wet polish. Pinkies are always the hardest to paint. You've kind of got to turn them around so you can see this outer edge. Alright, I did go ahead and throw on a second coat of the Holo Tacos. For some reason that pinky nail is still looking gray comparatively, but whatever. The gold's only needed 1 coat, so that's cool. Now this particular Holo Taco I find to be thick with the application, but still needing 2 coats, so make sure if you're using it you do keep that in mind. But now that we've got those on there, let's go ahead and put on a quick dry top coat. We're going to go ahead and use the Orly Second Dry. Alright, those are dry enough. So we're going to go ahead and try to get the numbers on. We're going to use this stamper because it is more targeted. Hopefully it will help us. I've never actually used it because I haven't had a need to, so we're going to give it a crack. And we're going to try and do 2023. Simple enough, right? If we can prevent ourselves from messing it up. We will use this Peween black stamping polish, Blackjack. I don't know if I can show you, we've got a 2. It's not the most amazing 2, but perhaps I can fix it. That's quite a feat. Alright, so let's... I don't like that I can't see through this one. Two. Okay, we're off to a good start, I'd say. We've got a 0. Okay. 0. Alright. We need another 2. Let's see if I can get one without having to completely clean the plate. I did get one. Okay. 2. Alright. And a 3. 3. Okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. We did okay. Look at that. I may, and probably will, want to add something to that nail to jazz it up because it is kind of plain. Maybe we'll do some rhinestones at the top or something. I don't know. But I do want to try and go in on top of these numbers and solidify them with a tiny brush. However, I am not going to be able to do that on the camera because I can't see it. So I will be right back. Look at that. That is much better. Does this lens look foggy to y'all, or am I just tripping? Yes, so we've done it. That looks amazing. Now what we're gonna do next requires real artistry. I'm gonna draw like a piece of a clock on this nail. We'll see. So for the face of the clock, the background, we're gonna use this white finger paints in the shade Paper Mache. It does not want to clear up, but oh well. Okay, and I am just going to attempt to use the bottle brush to do this part. So I suppose that's okay, right? It's a little bigger than I wanted it, but sometimes we must work with the happy accidents that we make. For the trim, we'll use finger paints as well in the shade Black Expressionism. It's also not going to clear up, and adjusting the camera to do so is just going to be annoying. So just trust me, all products used will be in the description. Alright, so let's try and go in and draw us a trim on this clock. I think you guys know hand drawing is not one of my strengths, but we must do what we must do, you know? I mean, it's on there. It's a clock face. Enough. Let's put us some dots. I should have used the dotting tool for this, but whatever. I've done what I've done to denote the quarters. There we go. That's good. And then for the hands on the clock, we're actually going to go back in with that gold. Now let's try and make some sense. Our hands are the shorter of the two, so we want to make this one short. Dang, did it dry up already? Okay, and then the minute hands are the longer, so let's put that one on there as well. That looks good, I think. It's hard to see because it is so gold, but I guess in the camera you can see it better. I feel like we actually need a black dot in the middle as well. That's not entirely dry yet. Let's grab us a little black. Let's boop. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than the others, but it'll do. It's almost midnight. Alright, so we need to give that time to dry before we top coat that. So in the meantime, let's start some rhinestones. Alright, so we're going to use 4 rhinestones only from China Glaze to adhere these rhinestones. We're going to start with the pinky. I am going to attempt to do this in a neat manner. We'll see. It's always an interesting process here to see what actually happens. So let's start in the middle. Let's put us a nice size glob and then a little bit to the sides of that, because we're gonna do some top rhinestones. Alright, let's not mess around too long and then they dry up on us. Alright, so let's get us maybe a medium-sized one to start with. Yeah? You guys can't see very well. I wonder if I can... There we go. Is that better? I think it might be. And then 2. They're maybe slightly smaller. Let's see if we can't get those placed accordingly. I know the camera is moving. I hate it too. If you know of a camera stand that goes on the floor instead of this flimsy table, please let me know. Definitely in the market. Okay, and then I think we should also add 2 more small ones down the side of these. And some more stuff. And then of course, you know, once we've got all this on here, we will go back in and reinforce everything at the end, just to make sure that it's all sealed around the edges. If your rhinestones are not sealed around the edges, they tend to try and escape. I'm gonna have to look at this up close, just bear with me one moment. All right, so yeah, those look good. And then we're going to skip over this one because I'm gonna do black rhinestones on here, and we're gonna come over to this one. And I think on this one, we're gonna try and do a little bit more of a fancy design instead of just cuticles. So let's see here. I've got this heart. I feel like I'd like to work that in. So let's definitely include that first. Let me get a little bit more glue. I want to call it glue, but it's not glue. It's top coat. It's just rhinestone specific top coat. And I don't know what makes it any different than any other top coat, except it holds on rhinestones particularly well, I guess. Maybe. Alright, so that looks good, I think. Yes, I like it. Let's do some down the sides as well. Yep, I've got that in here, and I feel like we need like something to be coming down here. Maybe one of these long ones. What do you think? No, that's too long. Got these still so big. I don't want to overwhelm the stone that we have. I have these teardrop ones. It's still maybe we'll leave it alone. Maybe it's pretty enough. We need to do something here. And we don't want to overshadow the clock, so we need it to be simple. Maybe we'll kind of do something like this one over here. What do you think? I suppose. Alright, and I wish I could put a big old fancy one on here with the numbers, but I feel like it would just overwhelm it, so let's just do something similar to here. I'll start with some in the middle. That actually wasn't half bad. I barely had to move it at all. And then over here, we're gonna do something a little bit bigger. Yeah, I like it as well. So what we'll do is we'll give all of this a little bit of time to dry, and then we'll reinforce everything. Should we put a rhinestone in the center of this dot? Should we? What about on these dots? I mean, why not? Let's actually do that. Don't let the too much gene kick in, and then we continue to do the things. Alright, so one. Of course, we're going to use these tiny ones. Yes, that's very cute. It slid off the dot. Keep it on the dot. We need it to be in the correct place or it's not going to make sense. And then a bloop. And a bloop. Yes. Now I will admit that I have forgotten to put top coat down first. So now I'm gonna have to top coat between, and that's gonna be hella annoying. but let's let these dry for a bit. Alright, so I've been letting it dry. I did actually already go in and reinforce the rhinestones. I went around it with some more of that for rhinestones only. And then I also went on the clock and the numbers with this Maniology. This is a smudge-free top coat. I definitely recommend this over stamping and any hand-drawn nail art because regular top coat, especially quick dry top coat, is a solvent. That's what causes your paint to be smooth. It melts it a little bit. So if you go straight on your nail art with that, it's gonna smear it if you're not extremely careful, and who's got time for that? So putting this on first is going to save your lines. But we have come to the last step. We are going to go in with one final coat of the quick dry top coat just to seal everything in and get it to dry down to where it's touchable, because the smudge-free top coat, while it will save your work, it takes forever and a day to dry. So you need to seal it in with something else. Now this one is going to be a bit of an annoyance because we want to attempt to go around these rhinestones, but I've completely failed, so we're going over them. Whatever. But what I'll do is take a little acetone, see if I can wipe it off a little bit. Maybe a bigger brush would be better, but that's not what I brought. I don't know if that helped at all. It is what it is. Sometimes when you've got to top coat in tight areas, you get it all over your finger, which is fine. Just clean it up with some acetone and a cleanup brush. But these are our New Year's nails. What do you guys think? I think they are very sparkly and very beautiful. I do wish my numbers were a little bit more centered, but as I couldn't see what I was doing, I'd say this is good. Now, I could go in and put a sparkly top coat on top of that gold, but I think I'm going to leave it as is. We don't need to continue with more and more and more stuff. Our clock's not half bad. I wish the hands were a little bit more visible, but I would have had to make them in a darker color, perhaps even the black, but it's fine. So I think this is really nice. I will, of course, attempt to get you some outside shots. It snowed here, and it's kind of gloomy and gross, but I'm going to try. So if you're seeing them, that means I was successful. If you are not seeing them, perhaps you are seeing some different photos that we're going to work with. So what do you think? Do you like this New Year's set? Is it New Year's Eve? Could you tell if you just saw it and weren't watching me paint it that that's what it is? Surely, especially with the numbers involved. But thank you so much for watching my video. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for all of your interaction. I do really appreciate it. Every bit does help my channel, and I like to feel appreciated for the videos I do. I do them because I enjoy them, but it's nice to know that you enjoy them as well. Again, make sure you are subscribed. We have a lot of content coming up. Remember that nail art is accessible for everyone, whether you use gel or regular polish, and whether you can draw it with your hands or not. There are always options, and anything that I do here with regular nail polish can be repeated with gel if that is what you prefer. So definitely do not let the fact that I use nail polish stop you from recreating these designs. So that's it. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.